You look in the mirror and you see someone you almost do not recognize. The wrinkles that were not there 5 years ago. The dark spots that keep spreading. The skin that has lost its firmness, its glow, the aliveness it used to have. You have tried the expensive creams with the promising labels. You have spent money you should not have spent on products that delivered nothing close to what they advertised. What if the most powerful skin-transforming ingredient available to you is sitting in your kitchen right now, has been sitting there your whole life, and costs almost nothing? I am going to show you a specific oatmeal mask formula, not the simple version you find on every beauty website, but an optimized combination of 7 natural ingredients that work together to address the root biological mechanisms of skin aging simultaneously. And I am going to give you a precise 30-day protocol that determines whether this formula produces subtle improvement or genuinely dramatic results. 1 month. That is what this requires, not thousands of dollars. Not invasive procedures, not a product created by a corporation that needs you to keep buying it. A formula you prepare at home in 5 minutes, applied correctly, consistently, across 30 days. I'm Dr. Jake Taylor. Stay with me until the end, because the application technique and the 30-day protocol are where most people make the mistakes that prevent them from seeing results. The formula is only half of this. Write your country in the comments. And if you have spent money on anti-aging creams that did not deliver what they promised, type creams in the comments right now. Why skin ages faster after 60 and why oatmeal addresses the root cause. Before we get to the formula, you need to understand why skin aging accelerates so dramatically after 60 and why oatmeal specifically addresses the root mechanisms rather than masking their effects. Without this understanding, the formula seems like folk remedy. With it, every ingredient makes complete scientific sense. After 60, 4 biological changes compound simultaneously to produce the visible skin deterioration most people accept as inevitable. First, collagen production drops significantly. Collagen is the structural protein that keeps skin firm, elastic, and resistant to wrinkling. Research shows that collagen production declines by approximately 1% per year after age 20, meaning by the time you reach 65, you have lost roughly 45% of your skin's primary structural support. This is why wrinkles deepen and skin loses its firmness, not because aging is inevitable, but because collagen synthesis has slowed. Second, free radical damage accumulates. Free radicals are unstable molecules produced by sun exposure, pollution, stress, and normal metabolic processes. They attack collagen fibers, elastin, and the lipid membranes of skin cells. After 60, the body's antioxidant defense system, which neutralizes free radicals before they cause damage, becomes significantly less efficient. The accumulated damage from decades of free radical exposure becomes visible in the form of spots, uneven tone, and accelerated wrinkling. Third, skin's natural moisture barrier weakens. The lipid barrier that holds water inside skin cells and prevents transepidermal water loss deteriorates with age. Chronically dehydrated skin wrinkles more easily, loses its plumpness, and loses the light-reflecting quality that gives younger skin its glow. Fourth, cellular turnover slows. Young skin replaces itself approximately every 28 days. By 60, that cycle has slowed to 45 to 60 days. Dead skin cells accumulate on the surface, creating the dull, gray, flat appearance that people associate with aged skin. The fresh, luminous skin that exists underneath cannot show through because the surface renewal process has slowed dramatically. Oatmeal addresses all 4 mechanisms through specific bioactive compounds that dermatologists have studied extensively. Avenanthramides, the unique antioxidants found only in oats, neutralize free radicals and reduce the chronic skin inflammation that accelerates collagen breakdown. Beta-glucans penetrate deeply and stimulate new collagen synthesis. Saponins dissolve the bonds between dead skin cells and the fresh skin beneath them, accelerating the cellular turnover that restores glow. The lipid content of oats strengthens the moisture barrier, reducing the transepidermal water loss that leaves skin looking flat and dehydrated. This is not folk medicine. Colloidal oatmeal, oats ground to fine powder, is an FDA-recognized skin protectant used in medical dermatological treatments for eczema, psoriasis, and severe skin sensitivity. There is a fifth mechanism worth naming because it connects directly to the visible dullness that bothers most people over 60 more than any single wrinkle. Chronic low-grade skin inflammation, driven by years of UV exposure, pollution, and compromised barrier function, keeps the skin in a perpetual state of mild immune activation. This inflammatory state directly suppresses the fibroblast activity responsible for collagen production and simultaneously slows cellular turnover. The avenanthramides in oatmeal specifically target this inflammatory pathway, suppressing the pro-inflammatory cytokines that keep aging skin locked in this state. This anti-inflammatory action is what creates the visible calming effect within the first few applications, and what makes the formula effective even for sensitive skin that cannot tolerate stronger treatments. Before we go further, I want to say something directly. I made this video because I see the financial and emotional damage caused by an industry that profits from selling expensive products to people whose skin needs something fundamentally different than what those products provide. If this information is useful to you, subscribe to this channel right now. We are a small channel. We do not have a corporation behind us. What we have is research and a commitment to sharing information that actually helps people over 60 make better decisions about their health and their appearance. Subscribing takes 3 seconds, and it means the next video reaches you when we publish it. Please subscribe now and let's continue. The complete 7-ingredient oatmeal formula. This formula combines oatmeal with 6 additional ingredients, each addressing a specific mechanism of skin aging. Every ingredient has a purpose. None of them are interchangeable. The ingredients and why each one is essential. Oatmeal is the foundation. 3 tablespoons of rolled oats, ground to a coarse powder. Not too fine, not left in large flakes. The grinding releases the beta-glucans and avenanthramides and creates the texture that allows gentle physical exfoliation alongside the chemical benefits. Plain unsweetened yogurt, 2 tablespoons. Greek yogurt, if available, because its higher protein content provides additional amino acids that support skin repair. Yogurt contains lactic acid, a naturally occurring alpha-hydroxy acid that chemically dissolves the bonds between dead skin cells and the fresh skin beneath them. This is the ingredient that accelerates cellular turnover, the mechanism responsible for restoring the glow that aging skin loses as its renewal cycle slows. Raw honey, 1 tablespoon. Not processed supermarket honey, raw honey. The distinction matters because processing destroys the enzymes and most of the antioxidant content. Raw honey is one of the most bioactive topical ingredients available. It is humectant, drawing moisture from the air into the skin. It contains glucose oxidase, an enzyme that produces hydrogen peroxide in low concentrations, providing antimicrobial protection without irritation. Its antioxidants protect against free radical damage to collagen. Fresh lemon juice, half a lemon squeezed directly before use. Not bottled lemon juice, which is preserved in ways that alter its pH and degrade its vitamin C content. Vitamin C is the cofactor required for collagen synthesis. Without adequate vitamin C, the cellular machinery for producing new collagen cannot function. Applied topically, vitamin C also inhibits melanin production, gradually lightening the dark spots that accumulate from decades of sun exposure. Sweet almond oil or extra virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon. The lipid content in this oil directly integrates into the skin's moisture barrier, strengthening it and reducing transepidermal water loss. Vitamin E in both oils provides fat-soluble antioxidant protection at the lipid membrane level of skin cells, precisely where free radical damage to cellular structure originates. Baking soda, half a teaspoon. This is the ingredient that most people question. Healthy skin maintains a slightly acidic pH of approximately 5.5. Many cleansers and environmental exposures push skin pH toward alkaline, which compromises the moisture barrier and makes skin more vulnerable to bacterial imbalance and accelerated aging. The baking soda in this formula, when combined with the lemon juice and yogurt, creates a mild buffering effect that helps restore optimal skin pH. Milk, 2 tablespoons. Regular milk or almond milk. The milk softens the ground oats during the 5-minute resting period before the other ingredients are added, beginning the process of releasing the beta-glucans. It also adds additional lactic acid and proteins to the formula. The preparation method. Preparation sequence matters because it affects how the ingredients interact and what the final texture achieves against the skin. Grind the oats first. Use a blender, food processor, or mortar and pestle until you achieve a coarse powder, finer than rolled oats, but not as fine as flour. Place the ground oats in a glass or ceramic bowl. Add the milk and stir to combine. Let this rest for exactly 5 minutes. During this time, the oats absorb the liquid, soften, and begin releasing their bioactive compounds into the mixture. After 5 minutes, add the yogurt and mix thoroughly. Add the raw honey and mix. Add the lemon juice and mix. Add the oil and mix. Add the baking soda last and mix everything well until you have a smooth, creamy paste of consistent texture. If the mixture is too thick to spread easily, add a few drops of milk. If it is too thin, add a small amount of additional ground oat. This mask must be prepared fresh each time. Prepare only the amount you will use immediately. Prepared in advance, the ingredients begin to degrade, and the lactic acid and vitamin C lose potency within hours. The application protocol that determines your results. The formula is responsible for approximately half of the results this mask produces. The application technique and the 30-day protocol are responsible for the other half. This is where most people fail, not because the formula stops working, but because the method is incomplete. Begin with clean, slightly damp skin. Wash your face with lukewarm water and a gentle cleanser. Lukewarm, not hot. Hot water degrades the lipid barrier you are trying to strengthen. Pat dry with a clean towel, using gentle pressing motions, never rubbing. Helen was 71 and had been using the same bar soap on her face for 40 years. When I explained that her soap was stripping the acid mantle of her skin and creating the chronic low-grade irritation that was accelerating her visible aging, she was genuinely surprised. Nobody had ever told her that the cleanser used before a mask could undo half of what the mask was trying to achieve. We switched her pre-mask routine to lukewarm water and a gentle, pH-balanced cleanser. The difference in how her skin responded to the oatmeal formula was immediate and measurable. Apply the mask beginning at the neck and working upward. Chin, jaw, cheeks, nose, forehead. Use your fingertips or a soft brush. Apply in upward circular motions. This direction matters because consistent downward motion over time contributes to gravitational skin laxity. Apply a generous, even layer. Do not apply to the eye area where skin is too thin and sensitive for this formula. Once the mask is evenly applied, perform a 5-minute facial massage before letting it set. This step is skipped by almost everyone who uses oatmeal masks, and it is responsible for a significant portion of the results. Using the pads of your fingertips, work in small, firm, circular motions. Start at the center of the forehead and move outward toward the temples. Move to the cheeks, circling from the nose outward toward the ears. Work the jaw from chin to earlobe. Finish with the neck, moving upward from the collarbone. This massage does 3 things simultaneously. It dramatically increases circulation, bringing oxygen and nutrients to skin cells that in aging skin often receive inadequate blood supply. It stimulates the lymphatic drainage that removes inflammatory compounds from skin tissue. And it ensures the active ingredients are worked into the skin rather than sitting on the surface waiting to be washed off. After the 5-minute massage, allow the mask to remain on the skin for an additional 20 minutes. Lie down, close your eyes, breathe slowly. This is not wasted time. This is when the beta-glucans penetrate, when the lactic acid works on cellular bonds, when the vitamin C begins its collagen stimulation process. At 20 minutes, the mask should be mostly but not completely dry. Do not allow it to dry to the point of cracking. A completely dried mask pulls at skin rather than treating it. To remove, wet your fingertips with lukewarm water and begin working the mask in circular motions again for 2 to 3 minutes. This second massage phase provides an additional exfoliation pass. removing the loosened dead cells that the lactic acid has separated from the fresh skin beneath. Rinse thoroughly with lukewarm water, then finish with a brief rinse of cool water. Cool water causes mild vasoconstriction that temporarily tightens pores and increases the surface tension of skin, improving its immediate appearance. Pat dry and immediately apply a few drops of facial oil or a light moisturizer while your skin is still slightly damp. Rosehip oil, jojoba oil, or argan oil are all appropriate. Application to slightly damp skin increases absorption and seals in the hydration the mask has delivered. This is the kind of information the beauty industry would prefer you never find because it works, it costs almost nothing, and it requires no ongoing purchase from any company. If you have stayed with me this long, I want to ask you something directly and honestly. This channel is small. We publish research-backed content every week for people over 60 who deserve information that actually helps them. Our subscriber count does not yet reflect the size of the audience we are trying to reach. If today's video has given you something genuinely useful, subscribing right now is how you help us reach more people who need this. It is free, it takes 3 seconds, and it matters more than you might think to a channel this size. Please subscribe, and let's finish this together. The 30-day protocol that produces dramatic results. Consistency within a structured protocol produces results that random application never will. The 30-day protocol is divided into 3 phases that gradually increase application frequency as the skin adapts and builds tolerance. Days 1 through 10, use the mask every 3 days. This phase allows your skin to acclimate to the active ingredients, particularly the lactic acid and vitamin C, without overstimulating a skin barrier that may not have received consistent treatment before. Apply on day 1, rest day 2 and 3, apply day 4, rest day 5 and 6, and so on. During this phase, you will notice your skin feeling cleaner and more hydrated. The dullness will begin to lift. Days 11 through 20 increase to every other day. The skin has now adapted and can benefit from more frequent application. The cellular turnover stimulated by the lactic acid is beginning to accelerate. Dark spots will begin to lighten noticeably. Fine lines around the eyes and mouth will appear softer. The texture of the skin will feel measurably different under your fingertips. Days 21 through 30, daily application or every other day with at most 1 rest day between applications. This final phase is where the cumulative effect of collagen stimulation, accelerated cell turnover, and sustained antioxidant protection produces the most visible changes. The improvements that began subtly in the first 2 phases become genuinely striking in this 3rd phase. Let me tell you about Dorothy. She was 68 and came to my practice frustrated after spending what she described as an embarrassing amount of money on anti-aging products that had produced no meaningful change. She had significant sun damage from decades of outdoor work, deep forehead lines, dark spots across her cheeks and the backs of her hands, and the kind of dullness that she said made her feel invisible. She was skeptical about an oatmeal mask. She was expecting me to recommend a procedure. I asked her to commit to 30 days of the complete protocol before we discussed anything else. I showed her the formula and the application method in detail. At 30 days, she came back. The change in her skin was visible before she said a word. The spots across her cheeks were measurably lighter. 2 of them had faded to the point of near invisibility. The deep forehead lines remained but were significantly less sharp. Her skin had a quality of luminosity it had not carried when I first saw her. She said, "I have been telling everyone I know about this. They keep asking what procedure I had done. When I tell them it is oatmeal, they look at me like I am lying." She was not lying. She was consistent. Consistency across 30 days is what separates the people who see these results from the people who try a mask twice and conclude it does not work. After completing the 30-day protocol, maintain results with 2 applications per week. The results you can expect to see and the timeline in which they typically appear follow a predictable pattern. In the first week, skin feels cleaner, softer, and more hydrated. The surface dullness begins to lift. In the second week, the glow becomes noticeable, Fine lines around the eyes and mouth appear softer. Skin texture improves noticeably under fingertips. In the third week, darker spots begin to lighten measurably. Deeper wrinkles soften. Skin firmness improves. In the fourth week, the cumulative effect of 4 weeks of consistent collagen stimulation, accelerated turnover, and sustained antioxidant protection becomes genuinely visible. The people around you will notice before you fully register the change yourself. These timelines are based on consistent application of the complete protocol, including the massage steps. Without the massage, results appear more slowly and are less dramatic, because the active ingredients do not penetrate to the depth where they initiate the biological processes described above. Variations for specific skin concerns. The base formula addresses all 4 mechanisms of skin aging simultaneously. These variations intensify the effect on specific concerns. For deep wrinkles and significant laxity, add the contents of 1 vitamin E capsule and 1 lightly beaten egg white to the base formula. Vitamin E provides concentrated fat-soluble antioxidant protection at the membrane level. Egg white contains proteins that create an immediate tightening effect and provide amino acids for structural skin repair. For persistent dark spots, add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder to the base formula. Turmeric contains curcumin, which directly inhibits tyrosinase, the enzyme that produces melanin. This is the most direct topical intervention available for hyperpigmentation outside of pharmaceutical skin lighteners. Note that turmeric will temporarily tint skin yellow. This fades within an hour of removal. For very dry or mature skin, replace the milk with coconut milk and increase the oil to 1.5 teaspoons. Mashed ripe avocado, 2 tablespoons, can replace the yogurt. Avocado provides high concentrations of oleic acid that deeply integrates into the lipid barrier and significantly increases skin's moisture retention capacity. For oily or breakout-prone skin, reduce the oil to half a teaspoon and add 2 drops of tea tree oil and 1 teaspoon of green clay. Green clay absorbs excess sebum and deeply purifies pores, while the tea tree oil provides antimicrobial protection without the dryness of conventional acne treatments. The 5 mistakes that prevent results. And one more. Most people miss. These errors are the reason most people who try oatmeal masks conclude they do not work. The first mistake is impatience. The biological processes this mask stimulates, collagen synthesis, accelerated cellular turnover, free radical neutralization, take weeks to produce visible change. People who abandon the protocol before day 14 are stopping before the mechanism has had time to produce output. The second mistake is ingredient quality. Processed honey, bottled lemon juice, sweetened yogurt. These substitutions fundamentally alter the chemistry of the formula. The enzymes in honey are destroyed by processing. Bottled lemon juice is preserved in ways that reduce its vitamin C content and alter its pH. Sweetened yogurt introduces sugar that feeds skin bacteria rather than treating them. Use quality ingredients consistently. The third mistake is skipping the massage steps. The 5-minute presetting massage and the 2 to 3-minute removal massage are not optional enhancements. They are integral to the mechanism. Without them, active ingredients sit on the skin surface rather than penetrating to where they produce change. The fourth mistake is allowing the mask to dry completely. A fully dried mask pulls at skin during removal, causing micro-irritation that counteracts the anti-inflammatory benefit. Remove while still slightly damp. The fifth mistake is skipping moisturizer after removal. The mask opens pores and prepares skin to absorb. The 2 minutes after removal are the highest absorption window. Applying nothing wastes that window. Apply oil or moisturizer immediately to damp skin. The sixth mistake undermines everything the mask achieves. People apply the mask correctly, but allow daily habits to counteract its effects. Inadequate sun protection allows new UV damage to accumulate faster than the mask can repair existing damage. Chronic dehydration prevents the skin cells being renewed by the mask from functioning properly. Poor sleep removes the growth hormone window during which collagen synthesis and cellular repair occur most intensively. This mask works best when supported by 3 basic protective habits: daily SPF application, adequate water intake, and consistent sleep. Without these foundations, even the best topical treatment is working against a current rather than with it. These are not complicated additions. They are the environment in which the mask's active mechanisms can produce their full effect. Your skin has the capacity to regenerate at any age. The biological processes that produce collagen, turn over dead cells, and maintain the moisture barrier do not stop after 60. They slow, they become less efficient. They need support that the right ingredients, applied correctly and consistently, can provide. 30 days. That is what this requires from you. Leave a comment telling me which skin concern you are most hoping to address with this protocol: dark spots, deep wrinkles, dullness, or laxity. Your comment helps other people in this community understand that they are not alone in what they are experiencing and that there are practical, accessible options available to them. If this video gave you something useful, share it with someone over 60 who has given up on their skin or who keeps spending money on products that are not delivering results. That conversation could save them both money and frustration. I'm Dr. Jake Taylor. Subscribe if you have not already. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.